Welcome back, everybody. Grand Tactician, Civil War, Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 30 of our federal Spring of 61 campaign. I say, this is actually the first time we've made it to 30 episodes on a federal campaign. We usually have them ended in the early to mid 20s, so a little more interesting for us this time. Yeah, we've never taken a federal episode to a federal campaign to 1863. It's usually done by 62. Things are going pretty well. But I think my set stage plan for this campaign worked out quite nicely. So moving on from there, before we go into the historical record, I do want to say some a lot of the like I've covered this before. A lot of comments and stuff for the short stories and diary entries and not making it onto the comments section, and we believe we figured out the culprit. It's it's YouTube, but not exactly YouTube. We thought YouTube was just looking at some of the verbiage and auto blocking and stuff like that. Though those comments are supposed to end up in a section that I can see and I approve or disapprove them. Going there. What seems to be the problem is people putting everybody typing stuff out into like a Word document or on Notepad and then copying and pasting it into the comments, and YouTube's picking that up and probably thinking it's a bot trying to post a comment. YouTube's horrible at stopping bots, but apparently some type of algorithm works in some respects. So, so in the future, you have to type directly into the comments. You cannot, every time I think my phone's on silent. So, you have to type directly into the comments, whatever you want to put in. I know it can be a hassle, but that's the way it is. In the future, for the next campaign, because I do love all these short stories and news articles and stuff like that, I am going to create a second email address from my main one where you guys can type out on Word documents, Notepad, however you want to do it, attach them to an email and send them straight to me so we don't run into this issue in the future. That'll be for the next campaign. The way this one's going, we'll just keep it the way we're doing it for right now, and then in the next campaign, there'll be a separate email address you will have to send them to me on. Just to cover that aspect. Enough rambling on my part. So, I'm going to jump into the historical record here. And as a reminder, all these videos are chaptered, so you can skip around to whichever part you do so choose. An article from the Grumpy Times, dated 8 July 1863, Wednesday evening edition. Victory over the Army of Trans-Mississippi. It's close to 3:30 in the afternoon on the 7th of July. Reports of General Cable and his Army of Trans-Miss halted their withdrawal, seemingly wanting to scrap. The Rebs just up the road a few miles, General Grant ordered 6th Corps to start to deploy for the fight. It was close to 9 in the evening by the time 6th Corps came close to the rebel lines. Most of the men writing letters home before getting sleep for what should be a day of hard fighting. It was 5 in the morning, on the 8th of July, when the sound of men starting to form ranks. Within a few moments, the batters on both sides opened up. As the first light of the day started to peek over the horizon, the order for the whole 6th Corps to move forward was given. From where I was near General Grant, I could see most of the field, with some woods cutting the field in half. It was 5:30 when the sound of firing was heard coming from the woods. It was after the battle, talking to men of the 3rd Port Huron. Said they opened fire on what he described as a beehive of Rebs in those woods. The sun cresting the treetops at the time allowed me to see out in front of us, the 4th Division marching at the center of their lines. I spoke to General Casey to hear what the 5th Division was up to, with him saying, I could hear firing coming off to my left, and nobody to the front of my boys. So I told my boys, we're on their flank. It's time we get behind them and roll those Rebs up tighter than the hangman's noose. It was about 10 till 6 in the morning when the Rebs started to move, shifting north, trying to withdraw from the fight. General Grant seen the Rebs moving. He looked over to a messenger. Quickly tell General Miles to engage those Rebs and stop their movement. Close to 6, when General Grant could be heard swearing, why the hell these damn yellow-bellied Rebs even stay on the field overnight? They were just going to run away now. Around 10 after 6, I could barely make out the Lake Erie rifles and what looked like 3 Red brigades going at them. Looking over to my left, I see those boys from the Georgia Loyalist Mountain Rifles trying to push a stubborn group of rebel skirmishers out of their way. By quarter to 7, Rebs had been pushed into an open field, with the woods surrounding it. I got to speak with some of the men from the Raincoat Riders about what they were doing, them saying by the time they got out to the flank, the Rebs had all run north to this farmhouse. So Colonel Stoneman seen his lone Red Brigade, ordered us to give one good volley before we pulled out our sabers and ran them down like cat does a rat. At 7 in the morning, the small home that was in front of the 4th Division collapsed. It wasn't until after the fight, when the fire burned out, some of the men find several bodies under the rubble. A little after 7, word made to General Grant that Colonel Stockton had fallen to rebel fire. What some men said after the battle, the Raincoats and the Blackhoof charged at the Rebs, breaking no more than 5 brigades. When I talked to Colonel Ritter of the Blackhoof, here from one of the cavalry brigades, it was the Raincoats that broke the Rebel ranks, and it was his boys that helped finish them off. By 7:30, all the Rebs had fled the field, from a single Reb division who were stubbornly holding on against General Miles and his 4th Division. 4th Division had been on the receiving end of the Rebel army as the rest of the 6th Corps tried to catch up to the Rebs. It was nearly 8 when the sound of bugles could be heard over the sound of the guns. The Georgia Loyalist boys and those crazy Ozark Mountain boys went charging into the Rebel lines. I could have sworn I heard them yelling back where I was near General Grant. It was as they got close to the Rebs, I could see the rest of the 6th Corps begin to follow in their charge. A few minutes after 8, the last Red brigades threw their rifles and turned tail and run for the hills. This mass charge of brave men of the 6th Corps seemed to break even the stubbornest brigades. By 8:45, the last of the Rebs had left. General Grant's words, they were leaving with nothing. At the end of the fighting, the Rebels had lost 9,000 men killed or wounded, and 6th Corps lost just over 4,100 men killed or wounded. This victory, the only Rebel army this side of the Mississippi is the Army of Texas, or somewhere in the Indian Territory. Only time will tell if the Rebs will abandon their cause or fight to the last man. Second article from the Grumpy Times, dated 1 August 1863, Saturday evening edition. Driftwood and Block Island Sound. It was early in the morning on 31st of July, around 8, what the sailors who survived and washed ashore on Block Island said. The sound of a loud explosion that was heard came from the USS Minnesota as the Union fleet tried to lift a blockade on the harbors along the coast of Connecticut. Just after the first explosion, there was 3 more loud explosions. The last explosion came from the earlier captured rebel ship, CSS Shenandoah. As the sun set on the 31st, the Union fleet anchored off the southeast side of Block Island to make repairs to try again in the morning. By daybreak, the fleet set sail back into the fight. By 10:30 in the morning, the Union fleet was forced to withdraw, nearly half of its fleet damaged, and the rest nothing but driftwood were captured by the rebel fleet. Just as word the 7th Corps started the siege of Fort Washita this morning. This sound defeat, leaving the northern ports in the hands of the rebels, it started to make many in Washington call into question, pouring endless money into the army when the Navy can't even stand up to a rebel fleet made up of hastily converted merchant steamers. And once again, thank you to everybody that decides to send in the letters, diaries, and the newspaper articles. They are a joy to read. So, as the paper said, it was a pretty crazy last episode. A few things happening, a lot of movement going on. So, we'll start out here in the Indian Territories. 5th Corps, which I'd ordered to besiege Fort Smith, had low morale, so they actually retreated away from Fort Smith and are now in Fayetteville, recovering their morale. 2nd Corps has seized Carrollton, and they're actually now under the command of Grandpa's 1st Army, where he can keep an eye on McClellan for the administration. As soon as 5th Corps gets their morale back up, they will be once again making an attempt at the Fort Smith garrison, with 2nd Corps moving on to Muskogee. And we'll be able to trap what's left of the Army of Texas out in the Indian Territories. 7th Corps is currently besieging Fort Washita, pretty heavily in our favor. Hopefully it doesn't last too much longer, get them resupplied and pushing back up again to retake Fort Arbuckle. 6th Corps had an interesting fight over here outside of Natchez, with that running battle at Red River. It was a matter of trying to keep up with the rebels as they collapsed their lines back in on themselves, and sadly some of the brigades actually got left out of the fighting because of that. But, it is what it is. It was a moving battle, which you don't see very often in this game, so it was very interesting to fight. So 6 Corps is now back down in Baton Rouge, where they are now recovering their readiness and supplies. And hopefully, Army Transmiss doesn't do anything for the rest of the summer and winter, but I'm not holding high hopes on that. So I'd like to have 6 Corps in position for the start of the spring offensive. Then there is Long Island Sound and the driftwood of a fleet that we left behind. So the Atlantic Squadron went into this battle with, I think, 15 or 16 ships, and are now down to 10, with 9 disabled. So there was a lot more firepower up here than I had initially thought, because there's actually 3 squadrons here. When you have it moused out, you don't always see there's 3 ships here. And when you come in closer, sometimes there's only one of these icons showing. So there's actually 4 fleets in the area, and they had a ton of firepower. So, yeah, one of the first things I'm going to do this episode is start building some ironclads. Don't know how long it's going to take, but we're going to build them. And try to clear out this fleet here. They need to go. This is seriously upsetting our economy right now. I didn't realize how many ships they had up here blockading Long Island Sound. I think that covers everything for the recap. So it is August 1st, so we're going to go straight into the monthly here. All right, current economy rating is A-, so it shows A up here. I got increased by another $25 million. I did cut another bond after I built some wood-clad gunboats to go help clear the Mississippi River of the 2 fleets that are in there. Current economy cycle is contraction, while our population is below average and increasing. So the contraction, I do believe, is coming because of this blockade here. We haven't had a growth over the spring or summer like we usually do. So this blockade is affecting our economy. Total export imports 1.7 even on. Once again, I do believe this is a glitch from whiskey and lemons. And average core production over the last 3 months was 356 million, a change of negative 38 million. And our economy lacks wool, provisions, food. And we've actually caught up on the iron, as we did capture an additional iron mine. So our iron stocks are actually climbing now. You can close up the distance on some of the shortages, but for the most part, you don't. This is a rare occasion where we have. Finance-wise, so yeah, as you can see here, I dumped a lot of money, and I was just ordering the wood-clad gunboats. Now I'm about to order a lot more stuff. And our expenditures have increased since I put those ships back in the water. So we're now spending $244 million more than we are bringing in every month. That is going to become unsustainable. Where is all that expenditure coming from? Navy upkeep's only $95 million. You know what? Yeah, that's what it is. That naval upkeep did jump. That explains that. That naval upkeep jumped a lot. Our supply depots are under 100 million now. They're down to 82 million. I can reduce that even more with shutting down some depots that we don't need. And I'm keeping up right now just in case we have another retreat happen here in Texas. Intelligence. First, complete the following projects. Rebore muskets at this stage of the war. They probably need them. Recruitment offices, administration reform, and subsidized agriculture. Relations with Britain and France have not changed. They're doing nothing to make it any better. Recruited 250 men to 1 brigade, that's a battery, and started building another 3 ships. Oh, God. It's going to be a tough nut to crack that fleet up there. Morocco Confederate Armies is currently at 58%, a change of negative 9% after the defeat at Red River, with the loss of 2 officers in the last few battles, Lieutenant General William Cable and Major General Anderson, which are both corps commanders. Looking at strategy, national morale, we're at 64 to their 45, so we're coming close to the end game here. National support, we're at 52 to their 54. Morale armies is basically even on right now. Men fielded, we have 212,530 in the field to their 207,529. So we've knocked that number down because they did have more than us for a few months there. Navy tonnage, we're at 55,970. They're at 242,150 tons. I got to build a lot of ironclads. I wonder if they'll actually be in the water before the game ends, but we'll see. Battle ones, we're at 61 to their 7. 6 of these victories are basically taking forts and 1 naval victory. Oh no, 2 naval victories, because they did cause my Mississippi River fleet to retreat because it just wasn't well armed. Total casualties so far, we're at 111,840 or 319,392. So yeah, we got work to do. Policies. We're currently working on Military 3, which actually I believe is the first time I'm ever taking this policy because never had the game go this long. This will be done another 38 days. From there, we'll run into Revenue Act 3, try and get some more funds into the bank. I doubt we'll make it down here. I highly doubt we're going to make Chapter 4. Well, actually, we should, because we're going to go over to winter, so... yeah. Probably the first time I ever see that video. So I think in my 63 Rebel campaign, I didn't make it to the 4th last video. That'll be interesting. And I'm holding off on doing the Lieutenant General Act out of sheer hubris because I don't want to see it go to... This is sheer hubris on my part. I just don't want to see it go to General Scott, who's still in charge of everything. I want to see it go to my commander, but the AI will give it to General Scott because you can't appoint them, the Lieutenant General yourself. Just hubris on my part. All right, projects. Said we are going for ironclads. Where are they? French and British crap. They're not even worth it. There we go. Ironclad monitors. Where do I go for the gunboats? You know, gunboats, because they also do open water. Ironclad monitors do not. There's that. Take another level of weapon. Yeah, let's take another level of weapon production. I'm looking for another level of railroad construction. There it is. We got it. Another level of that. And subsidize the banks. Let's see. What did that give us? National bank efficiency plus 5%. So that should help our economy. Railroad construction 5 will speed up construction by 25%, as I do have several railroads building. I just used up all my subsidies, so I can't build this one yet. This one I probably should have built at the beginning of the game as soon as I had the money, but I didn't. We were working on the Arkansas, Little Rock, and Dallas line, 18% complete. Houston and Brashear line, which is 24% complete, and the Texas Shreveport line, which is 22% complete. This should definitely help handle our supply issues in this area. And speeding it up again, hopefully we'll see them. This says 676 days. That should not take that much longer with the extra level of subsidy. I don't think these construction times are accurate, to be honest with you. All right, I think that covers everything. So I'll be back with the next major incident. All right, it's now August 7th, and we have ourselves a major engagement. Seems we've drawn the Army of Texas in with its one of its corps, and the Army of Southwest with its one corps. Out to fight us at Fort Washita. They were coming down to relieve the siege, and they got here the day after the siege ended. So they're bringing 44,711 infantry, 133 cavalry, and 188 guns. Holy crap. Under command of Daniel Hill, going up against our 22,849 infantry, 4,700 cavalry, and 46 guns. That's a lot of artillery. But hey, it may actually give the rebels a chance to win this one. Who knows? We'll jump into this, and I will see you all on the other side of the load screen. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Red River. Yes, this is another Battle of Red River, but in a separate area. So the last battle took place in the Red River in Louisiana. This one takes place at the Red River in the Indian Territory. Well, right next to Fort Washita, so I thought it would take that name. But the rebels did not besiege Fort Washita. They bypassed it and went straight for our troops. And 7th Corps, being the smallest corps, doesn't have a lot of forces. So generally on this map, the rebels came in from this entry point. This time around, they're coming in from this entry point, which gives them 2 routes of approach to us. We have to defend here and here. So I'm hoping the AI uses this road and comes through this little farming community down this way, though I'm highly doubtful of that. They're probably going to come down this way or send 1 corps down each direction. So for right now, my plan is to have my infantry stay here along this road with the engineers building breastworks for them. I'm going to send my cavalry, 2 brigades right now. There is a 3rd on the way, just has not arrived yet, up to this hillside here along this approach road, and use the cover of the high ground in the woods here to cover this approach route. So I could shift my infantry in either direction as necessary. So not the best plan in the world, but we are 2-to-1 odds against us right now. Actually, I'll move my artillery up a little further. They can't reach out there. But they don't have to shift too far if I need them to either. That's a better position. I don't have to shift them very far. So if they come out in this way, I can shift easily to cover that. I can collapse my lines back along here if they do. We have the fences here already. So breastworks here. If they come from this direction, I can collapse my infantry back while the cavalry holds them off and form up on this fence line here. Should give us an advantage. I'm having a feeling this is going to be one of those battles where there's going to be more meat for us to chew through than anything, because we're showing a minor defeat off the start. Oh, it's 21,000 on the field. When does our other corps arrive? They're arriving immediately. All right. So that doesn't matter. All right, so I'm going to get these breastworks built, get the cavalry moving. I'll be back once we have a sighting on the rebels. All right, it's now 7:40 in the morning, and we have run into a bit of a conundrum here, as we have corps approaching down both roads. So this division approaching right now just caught me by surprise, as all the dust trails I had seen were up here along this road. I saw no dust trails back here. So I'm hoping it's just the 1 division. So I had shifted my entire corps, thankfully minus my skirmishers. I left this stream bed lined with skirmishers just in case something like this happened, and it did happen. Thankfully, I left them there. As soon as I saw that they were coming down that road, I withdrew the cavalry back in this direction, so they're here to support them. I'm hoping it's just this division, hopefully, because I hear a lot of movement up this way. Can't see much dust trails anymore, but I hear cavalry and artillery up there. So I'd shifted the 16th Division along their main axis of attack along this road, and the 17th off to the left, where I could hopefully slam a flank attack into them. But, yeah. We're going to be all over the place on this battle, it looks like. Oh, you guys are too close to the front. Shift back. That's not going to be a good spot, especially guys coming down from that direction. Damn it. I guess we shift them there for now. If we got to move them again, we'll move them again. Please tell me it's just the 1 division. Division, Lane, Shoops Division, 2 divisions. But that's all I see right now. I don't see any more dust trails behind them, but... And I don't hear anything on the road either. So it might just be these 3 brigades. Skirmishers. I got enough skirmishers here to take care of that. Plus all the artillery. First native batteries getting their first shots in. They're trying to shift away. I did leave my engineer brigade just back up in these breastworks just in case I needed them. It's a good thing I did too. You know what? Cavalry. Looks like it suggests these 3 brigades, so we'll send the cavalry out on the flank here. And if they push forward to engage, hold them in spot with the skirmishers, put the cavalry behind them. Finish them off. There's some batteries coming now in. There's our first signs of infantry to our front. And they are not coming at us. Bullets Division, Army of Texas. Texas. I didn't see which army these guys were from. Army of Texas. So we got the 1 corps on either side of us right now. All their artillery's going there. Gotta get the cavalry over there. That's, you're not gonna have a good sighting on them. You're below them. Turn and fire on these guys, please. Gotta get you firing. Engineers, give me some skirmishers. Hit these brigades. Pushing forward, okay. Don't forget the double, please. Alright, looks like they're trying to shift their entire army out to this field instead of coming down the road. Problem is, they are in both directions on us. You guys stop building that. They decided to cut cross country is what they did. Shift. This mass, we're going to shift you. Regulars coming here behind the line. On their flank. Let's push them off. Looks like their main force is going to be over this way. Yeah, there's more dust trails approaching from across the field. You guys get the hell away from there. Skirmishers forward. Up the cavalry. I need him to go hit this swarm of artillery they got forming up behind us. So anybody's wondering what today's battle brew is, the valve and the Caribbean cask. for a sip of scotch after work. Got more infantry coming with that artillery. Cavalry keeps shifting. First U.S. morale is not good. Just perk up yet? Almost there. Come on, boys, get down the road, damn it. Skirmishers are getting pushed in. You guys face that way. Start firing counter battery. Already taking casualties. Boys pull back. Start firing counter battery. Good thing I kept the engineers building these breastworks here. First U.S. push-up, get those skirmishers punched in. Alright, you guys pull the hell back. Let's go. Start coming in behind these guys. My artillery's getting hammered. Third infantry push in. Infantry push in. US keep coming up. Push these brigades off. I'll reform on this and my 20s are about to break. Shit. Alright, sabers, boys. Get rid of these guns. this infantry and into those guns, damn it. One of them's gone. Break that infantry. Good job, boys. Get into those damn guns. Yorkshires, charge this brigade. Give me time to get this mess put together. First level of engineering. Get these breastworks done quicker. Boys, push in, get rid of them. If we're lucky, we'll take out their army commander in the crossfire. There's mass form on the breastworks. Good job, boys. Keep going. I know I'm asking a lot of you boys, but you're doing some good work for us today. Get moving. Don't stay in the rifle fire. What the hell are you boys doing? Come on. Ignore them. Go for them. On the retreating unit. That's reforming. Friggin' hate it when it does that. Get off of these guys. Come on. There's no reason for these units to keep reforming while in hand-to-hand combat. That is something that's got to get taken care of. There's zero reason for this. Once they break, they should be broken until they're away from the enemy. This regulars fall back on the breastworks. On that brigade. Off our flank. Yorkshires, get these guys. First Cav, go join them. I need to get you closer to my own lines again. What the hell are you guys doing? Halt. Damn it, halt. Glitching. Out. Get in there and help the first Cav. Good job, boys. Keep going. Get the next one. Oh, you guys are all the way back there. Start pulling you back. Damn, Cavalry's doing some fine work for us today. US pull back to here. This detachment's still there. Good job, boys. Clear this last brigade out for me. Big Papa Grandpa happy. Damn good job. Who? God damn it, car. Recall your detachment. That's what they were glitching out over. Or your skirmishers. It is. Let's pull you back. Looks like they pulled all those batteries away from us. Cav. Pull you back. You've done enough work for me right now. It still hasn't broken. We're taking down somebody's command staff. Killed the general right in front of that brigade, probably trying to keep it from breaking. Yorkshires, where the hell are you going? I think we gave Old Hill a heart attack with that cavalry work. Good job, boys. That damn brigade, jeez. 17th, come back. Papa Grandpa is very pleased with the work done so far. I'm at 11% casualties, 5,000 to 1,500. I will take that. Let's get up on the line. You guys must have Whitworths. They have us outranged over here. It looks like it may stay quiet for a few minutes while General Hill figures out what he's doing, so I'll be back. Alright, it's now 11:10, and Hill has massed up the Army of the Southwest. It's one corps over here again. You can't see everything, but they're basically all right here. We've just been bombarding each other for the last hour or so. So I'm sending the 17th back forward again to try and force the issue a little bit. We do have this one brigade that's hanging out on top of us, which I don't like. It's another arm with long-range rifles. We're going to try and get rid of them. I've sent forward Second U.S. Infantry with their Sharps rifles to start pegging away at this flank. Level 3. Yep, there we go. Your perk always levels up very quickly. I think the flag I'm thinking of is, yeah, the flag I'm thinking of is Confederate. Where's that Signal Corps flag? What I'm going to do now is send the cavalry back on this flank, dismount them into loose order, and advance them again. Cavalry's getting a lot of work in today. I'm trying to force them to do something. This corps is ready to break. It's just a matter of breaking them. I think we're just going to do right off the bat here. The other corps is not here. It doesn't look like it came up to support, so I want this. If we can break this corps, we may not have to fight the other one. We're just going to force this issue. They are not attacking us. Probably realizes he can't attack us. Get those skirmishers pushed in and hit that head brigade on. Alright, boys, you're all regulars. This is your type of fight. Except for a few volunteer brigades. That's why this corps is so small. It was all made up all regulars. Then I just started adding all the odd-out generic brigades out of transfer out of other corps. Instead of just banning them, I got a use out of them. Boys, stop. Didn't I give you advance orders? Yeah, you got advance orders. What the hell are you doing? Gates hiding back there. This is my over-aggressive kicking in again. I hate sitting on the defense, especially if they're not going to come at us. They're not even pushing forward to help their other brigades. Definitely means AP Hill does not want to risk his men right now. Is already fine, so he's got some long-range rifles right there. These guys are probably armed with Whitworths. I doubt they've captured enough sharps to arm that many men. Really, you guys are getting ready to break? Low ammunition. Hell is that? Gosh, you figure it out. Yorkshires, get behind these boys. First U.S., come get this artillery. We are killing this Corps today. Chase them back into the hinterlands of Indian territory and let them starve. Who the hell is that back here? Vaughn's Division, Ripley's Corps. So he should be up here, but he's hanging out back there. Oh, look at that. The battery broke. We didn't even engage him yet. Oh, crap. I got a bombardment running back there. Shit. Oh, you're on fire, Wilson. You were never bombarding for some reason. You should be. Ooh, first US is taking a beating. What are you doing, York? Just close in on him. This arrowhead formation. Go get them, boys. Bayonets and bloody hooves. Or sabers and bloody hooves. Ride them down. There they go. That's all it took to break. First U.S., Pleasanton, get your boys in there. Join the fun. You're really losing the exchange up here. These guys don't want to break us, the Army commanders right there. Damn their rifles, bayonets ahead. Let's go. Bayonets and buttstocks, boys. Let's go get them. They are done. Get in there, boys. Stop pussyfooting. Get a move on it. Do not let them get away. Second U.S. Infantry just broke. Trying to fire at them. With the Virginians. That's one corps broken. Not done yet. You guys do not want to fight us. Come on. Where'd that other brigade go? They're back there somewhere. Let's go find them. That corps is broken. We did not drive them from the field yet. Break this last brigade, they might order the withdrawal. Ooh, somebody just surrendered to us. Virginia Brigades just surrendered. Nice. They've been a thorn in our side for several battles. I think there's another brigade that was armed with Whitworths. There they are. Go get them. Break that brigade, it should be done. Capturing that brigade brought us to 20% casualties on their side. 10.5% for us. Gotta get them to 26% for the major victories. I don't see that happening, but we might just get it. Cavalry's gotta be tired at this point. He's okay. Yorkshire's are winded. I hope I don't have to wait for this other corps to show up. I might just have to. Give me a volley into Humphrey. Put that Ripley's command staff in that volley. Give me another volley. If I get the wrong people. Moving away. Go get them. Oh, that hurt. Yeah, when they stop dead like that, quick little thing is just change the facing of your unit and it'll put them in hand to hand. So you're still staying out of. Come on, they're in hand to hand. They shouldn't be able to retreat like that. Oh, that's bull crap. There we go. Caught him. They're not going to break because there's a division commander and a corps commander. Corps command staff icons disappeared. There's the Army Commander, Corps Commander. There's their icons. Somebody's reformed. Fatigue's still okay, so go get Crossland's brigade, please. Yorkshires, keep chasing this brigade down. See if we can't force a surrender. Of course, that brigade to surrender would be nice. That's another 2,000 casualties if we get them to surrender. Even though we're catching and releasing the prisoners, but let's drive up the casualty numbers. Why are you guys stopping? Keep going. Humphrey over 1,100 casualties. Just surrender your command, man. You're retreating back into my lines. Went back to resting. Interesting. Don't let them go. Wipe this brigade out. If they don't want to surrender, just kill them all. There we go. Gun them down. Go get them, boys. Tell you what, cavalry's taken a hit today, but they have done a lot of good work. This cavalry division won the fight for us today, to be honest with you. Still haven't forced that surrender. 24% casualties. Thankfully, we haven't seen that other corps. If they showed up right now, I'd be in a little bit of trouble. They might be on their way forward, so I got to get rid of this corps. Humphrey hasn't surrendered yet. We've 1,900 casualties, 850 men left. We've just been riding them down. I'm at 12,000 casualties, 25.2% of their force. So we're right on top of that major victory. There we go, major victory. You're still on the field. The other corps should start withdrawing now without ever coming into contact with us. How have these brigades not surrendered? $350 men left in this brigade. We have ridden them down. They are still standing. Carlson's down to 600. And I know this, the cavalry, this cold steel perks a little bit, and it's been like that since the game came out. It's like it never really levels up. You never know when it's going to level up or not. These guys have done enough melee where they should be at level 2 at this point. Same with the first U.S. Cav. Been sitting halfway through its Cold Steel 1 since basically began the campaign. 150 men left, and they still haven't given up. And we just ran that brigade into the dirt. Finally, there they go. Yeah, they didn't even surrender. We just rode this brigade into the dirt. Speed this along. I thought my worst case scenario would happen with this battle. I thought both corps were approaching down both roads at the same time. Thankfully, it was only the one corps split between the two roads. The other corps had actually shown up. It would have been a different issue, but the problem is, you had both army commanders. So you had two different corps from two different armies. That's fine. When there's one army commander on the field, they'll listen to that army commander. You had two army commanders on the field. So they're not going to play well with each other and not interact well with each other. We've seen this in the past. Where you have one army commander with two corps from two different armies, they'll work together. But when both army commanders are there, one commander's doing his corps, the other commander's doing their corps, and they do not work in concert with each other, which works in our advantage. Alright, so we took down 12,000 of their 44,000 infantry, 80 of their 150 cavalry. Yeah, they only had the one cavalry regiment of 150 men, which we basically wiped them out in a volley or two. I didn't catch that on camera. Got all 200 of their guns, really. So all the guns are in this one corps. Total loss of 13,000 of their 47,000 men. We lost 2,091 of our 22,845 infantry, 824 of our 4,777 cavalry. So Yeah, about 400 men per brigade was taken out, but they did quite a lot more damage than that. Well, it's 22 of our 46 guns because the one battery did break, but we'll get those back. Total loss of 3,119 of our 28,301 men. So a little better than 4.2 to 1 odds on the casualties. I'll take that every day of the week. Let's save this real fast and go through the paperwork. All right, engineers did 41 to infantry, 5th Cavalry Division. 1st U.S. Cavalry did 1,135 to infantry, captured 2,216. Did 238 to artillery, captured 247. Brigade total of 3,840. Yorkshire Yeomanry did 872 to infantry, captured 3,649. Captured another 162 artillery for 4,689. So we know who's getting the extra whiskey rations tonight. Yorkshire Yeomanry definitely won that one, hands down. So they get the Grumpy Seal of Approval for this battle. Division total of 8,529. 17th Division, 3rd Infantry did 712 to infantry, 2 to artillery for a total of 718. 2nd Infantry did 652 to infantry, 5 to artillery for a total of 669. Wincoop's Brigade did 769 to infantry, captured 67, 10 to artillery for a total of 851. Division total of 2,238. 16th Division, 1st U.S. Infantry did 515 to infantry, took 21 prisoners, 52 to artillery for a total of 590. The U.S. Regulars did 405 to infantry, captured 48, 71 to cavalry, 19 artillery for a total of 554. 1st Mass Volunteers did 295 to infantry, 12 captured, 4 to cavalry, total of 316. 1st Indiana did 150 to infantry, 11 artillery, total of 162, division total of 1,622. Artillery Division, or 5th Artillery Division. 2nd U.S. Artillery did 59 to infantry, 7 to cavalry, total of 66. This is the battery that got wiped out, basically. 1st U.S. Artillery did 161 to infantry, 157 to artillery, for a total of 328. The 1st Native Battery did 109 to infantry, 12 to artillery, for a total of 132. Division total of 526. All right, we didn't lose any officers. Let's see if we got any of theirs. We killed General Hill. Holy crap. Wow. Oh, wow. My fame's at 140 now. Damn. General Hill is dead. Wounded Major Humes. General Lane is dead. Captured Colonel Wall. Killed Crossland. Wounded Humphreys. Wounded Shoop. And captured Major Johnston. That's 8 officers. How many of them are dead? So 2 were captured. And 3 dead, including the Army commander. Wow. Wow. We just ripped this corps to shreds. I mean, still got combat power. They still have strength. Not even that. Yeah. They took 63% casualties in this battle. This one corps. They went from 13,000 men to 7,500 men. Wow. Whoa, we just ripped these boys to shreds. Holy crap. All right, I'll get closed out of here, and I will see you all at the newspaper screen. Glorious victory at Red River, Indian Territory. At Red River in Louisiana, like the last battle. Red River is ended with the Army of Texas retreating in panic. The guns reportedly suffered total casualties of 13,294 men. There are 954 killed and 9,085 captured. Our casualties totaled 3,119 men with 543 killed, 494 missing, and the rest are wounded. Captured 10,200 rifles and 111 guns from the battlefield and sent 9,200 soldiers into our capture and release program. And Captain Haskin of our 20-pound battery, the 2nd U.S. Artillery, has lost face, so I'm going to go send them to command a fortification up on the Canadian border alongside Mansfield. And it looks like General Humphreys took the blame on that battle for the Confederates. It should have been Hill. He'll probably get a hero's funeral from holding us off for as long as he did. Oof. Interesting fight. Get that rolled off. So these guys should be retreating back into the hinterlands now, but the 7th Corps is going to be out of action for a while until the readiness comes back up. Where'd that supply depot? Did the rebels burn down the supply depot? They burned down the supply depot. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Build another one. Need to resupply before we push further in. So he's got to build that. 30 days, all right. That's fine. Here. Nope, Scott's still the commanding general. Okay. I gotta get more famous than Scott to take command. His fame is at legendary. What's mine at? We're both at legendary. That's the problem. We're both legendary. Why can't he die of old age? That's got to get written into the script. They got to write that into the script of this game. All right, Captain Haskin, it's time for you to go. Too bad the first volunteer Cossacks did not make it in time. They're still 11 days away. All right, Haskin, time to go. Here. General Captain French. General French. Captain French still. Looks like you're up for that battery. I think I put Mansfield up here, right? Yeah. Yeah, you're going to take over Fort Montgomery. Where you go? I got a lot of famous names in here that are still captains. Holy. Where the hell did Haskins go? There he is. All the way at the back. Where he belongs. I mean, it's not his fault. His battery did get hammered. So it was not his fault, but... Sorry, Haskin. You're now going to go sit your ass up on the Canadian border. Yeah, I think it's a good place to end this episode, as usual. One battle. I'm trying to keep the one battle per episode. It's August 8th. We still got plenty of game time ahead of us. What we got going on the Potomac line here? Are they on the move again? Might be. Looks like they're getting numbers back up. All right, yeah, like I said, we'll end this episode here. So once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, and you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Do remember that bell icon so that the next video comes out. If you're enjoying the series, don't forget to bayonet that like button and drop a butt stock onto that comment section. Get the algorithm working in our favor. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.